All right, YouTubers, I'm going to make this brief. I got the cure for what I call the Obama can. This abomination of what they have done to our gas cans. These suck. Basically, you got this spring that's sitting inside here. And I hate for this thing to be so shaky, but at any rate, what you end up doing, first and foremost, is I took it upon myself to, let me pull this out here so you can see it. This is called a nut rivet. And so what I did was I installed that by simply drilling a hole, and be careful when you do it, because if you drill the hole too fast, you're liable to come out the other side over here of this can, but you could also end up inadvertently pushing the plastic chip inside your can, at which time it could be kind of a pain in the butt to get out, especially if you're doing this and it's already got fuel in it. So I used a twist drill, just a standard run-of-the-mill twist drill when I did it, but it isn't rocket science. But a nut rivet, essentially, a nut riveter is that tool right there. And it uses, get this in focus here for you, it uses these. And so basically, you can look it up. There's plenty of people that will give you details on how this works. But I wanted to show you what I did, a little twist on this. I took a standard little socket head cap screw, 1/4 is what I used. And these little caps right here, I've had these things for, I don't know, geez, 20 years. I'm a machinist by trade, amongst a few other things, but at any rate, I've had these for building fixtures and things over the years. But what I did to it is that you can take these Allen head cap screws and you just go ahead and put them into your plastic caps and pound them together, and when you get done, they look like this. And so you take what would otherwise be just your common everyday screw that you'd need an Allen wrench or a Torx wrench or something like that with to tighten, and it turns it into this, to a little thumb screw. And so I've got gobs of these things, and they're just handy to have around the shop. But I also added, if you'll notice, I put on a little O-ring, petroleum products, and I put that on there. And so when this goes into the can, as you can see here, I'll put this in there with my hands not in the way. Basically, this gives you your breather hole, because you can buy the, and then with the O-ring, I put the O-ring on there because I didn't want it to, I mean, this isn't going to be like a spill-proof type of situation where where it gets knocked over in your truck or whatever, you may not end up with a little bit of spillage there, possibly. But these cheap crap cans, they got that problem anyway. So let me pop this loose and you can see. Okay, so the number one issue you got here is, if you can see that, it's that, see how that popped up? Let me get that in focus. That O-ring right there, you want to take these apart. It's under spring tension to begin with. And what you do is you just push that down, pop that O-ring off, and then the whole O-ring, or not the whole O-ring, but the whole piston, whatever you want to call it, comes out, and that allows you to get rid of that damn spring that's in there. So now you just got a regularly functioning gas can. So you just put that back, and I orientate mine up so it's got that thing up, but the spring tension that was previously in there is no longer. So you can, see if I can get that so you can see that. So that's it. You can push it wherever you want. If it's down like this, it's gonna free flow. But that's it. That's the extent of it. So like I said, you can pick these up at Amazon, or that's where I got this little setup. But it comes in a set. It's got a whole bunch of different fittings to it. I'll show you what that looks like. And so there's the set, and they're pretty handy. This one was it Tack Life? Yeah. So anyway, they're really handy. Variety of different things. I'm going to be using it. I've done sheet metal work before too, so I use it for that. Then I've also got some other projects like modifying my kayak, things like that. So anyway, this is something that you can do. It's pretty simple, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoy your gas can not puking gas all over you as much as I do. So this absolutely fixes it. In fact, I only had to just barely, I didn't have to actually take this, I didn't really have to take this out all the way. I could just loosen it up. it worked great, but it eliminates the problem. So that's just an idea I came up with one day, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. So hope you guys like it. So I'm going to include links so you guys can see where I bought this stuff at, because when you buy like the Tack Life deal, it comes with inserts, but they're I think they're like a cadmium plated or zinc plated type soft steel insert. And this one I used here, I specifically bought that I got that was aluminum, because I figured because it's a little softer, it's gonna be a little softer than the mild steel, and with any luck it'll deform rather than your can, possibly without it pulling out through the can. And I was right, it worked like a charm. So that's the route I would go. All right, hope you guys enjoy it.